I'm a servant at heart for the betterment of humanity. I would hope that my work ethics are infectious for others to emulate. My spiritual journey includes influential teachings and understandings that align with universal intelligence. As a stern observer of someone who demonstrates effort, daily practices, and the pursuit of happiness are led by moral directives. For over a decade, I've exalted myself wearing many occupational hats. Summation of those efforts are as follows. Creative Manager, New Media. I've assisted physicians with facilitating medical students of all specialties at Texas A&M University Health Science Center College of Medicine, now called School of Medicine, as well as associations to the conglomerate: Baylor Scott and White Medical Center, Department of Veterans Affairs, Methodist, St. Joseph, St. David, and Ascension Seton Hospitals, as well as an abundance of private organizations for 11 years. As a motivational or keynote speaker, youth mentor, and coach to teens throughout the state of Texas, my tutelage consists of ongoing career, coaching, and planning to residents who are incarcerated within juvenile detention centers, alternative and state schools, school districts, and throughout communities. As a self-published author and screenwriter, successful initiatives have concluded with the following published works: Mind Composition in Verse, Divine Wisdom, Difficult Arguments and Simple Truths, A Life for a Life screenplay, excerpts in the following anthologies: Twilight Musings, Timeless Voices, and published articles in The Bells, the University of Mary Hardin Baylor campus newspaper. The extent of my role as a film director and videographer includes a plethora of short films, public service announcements, infomercials, stage plays, special events, and educational training videos. I directed the short film Last Waltz and have operated as field producer and production assistant with First Take Media, director Ray Bingston, and Open Door Films, director Jimmy Wilden. I also partook in the Robert Rodriguez film Machete, which featured actors Danny Trejo, Jessica Alba, Lindsay Lohan, Michelle Rodriguez, Steven Seagal, Robert De Niro, Rose McGowan, Don Johnson, Cheech Marin. I'm co-founder of Impact, Intelligent Minds Proving and Applying Commitment, a highly charged motivation outreach that exists on the basis of curtailing epidemics that affect our youth. Systemic plagues or hidden dangers restrict them from maximizing their potential. The mission is to improve the quality of youth lives through a balance of self-discovery, embracing potential, and applying applications needed to bring about success. Through commitment and persistent methodologies, education is the key intervention for a positive lifestyle change. I'm Chief Media and Marketing Director of @iYouthChat, a teen talk television show which broadcasts on Public Broadcasting Service, or PBS, for 3 consecutive years. @iYouthChat was the chat everyone needed to hear. It sponsored some of the most brilliant, talented, energetic, motivated, ambitious, and opinionated youth who collaborated as a team to help discover the art of success. The show's intent was based upon ideas of educational dialogue aimed at curbing the national epidemic of juvenile delinquency. It provided for an open source of ethics designed to define societal rules, conducts, and views of the youth population at large. The goal was to establish a platform that kept audiences engaged and informed about societal concerns. The experience was remarkably gratifying, educational, and inspirational, as we taught teens to be a co-host, set up lighting, and be young videographers. Moreover, we taught them to be pillars within communities of great standard. By the end of the fiscal year in 2019, the show was postponed and awaited transition to another broadcast medium. In January 2020, the nation was declared under a state of emergency due to the coronavirus COVID-19 epidemic, which affected many platforms nationwide. Throughout my tenure, I denote that personal value does not stem from external sources. I am responsible for utilizing all God-given ability to establish merit. The pandemic helped minimize many distractions in my life. Since the inception of the nationwide spread, I've been able to sustain clarity and to be more health conscious. My desire is to remain vigilant while traveling extraordinary lengths in this lifetime in order to pursue harmony with universal intelligence. A refined conscience is most concerned with honorable standards. The mind actively engages in constant refinery with hopes of possessing a treasure of honest fidelity. Specialized knowledge is obtained in many forms. I'm personally responsible for application of that knowledge. The results are fruits of labor with admirable fulfillments. If you're reading my story or listening, thanks for your interest in learning about inner excellence of virtue. Throughout my lifespan, I denote many concepts that presume excellence. The most rewarding to me be that of moral excellence. The beneficial quality gives me courage to combat ideologies that object to principles of value and valor. It deems problematic if the spirit is without self-control. Mature integrity does not come in an instant. It takes diligence, practice, and compassion, and must be sought with enthusiasm. The challenges of life are that conformity expresses itself through socially accepted conventions. Normality is implicit, but subtle enough to match traditions, attitudes, beliefs, and behaviors, without concern of alternatives. It takes courage to challenge oppositions when habits fixate the subconscious mind. And, despite statistical data which approximates the longevity it takes to break a habit, I have found that basic information gathering, who, what, where, when, why, and how, is a meaningful analytical tool for disrupting intrusive behavior patterns that are stuck on autopilot. Awareness is key. Universal intelligence confronts us with soul-searching reflections. Since adolescence, I was able to distinguish greatness. Being held in high regards by my grandparents enabled me to acquire knowledge of quality. There was no lack in performance either, for my greatest competitor was me. The concept of virtue simply means good. When reflecting on my tenure in life, I realized basic education had not provided me with what I needed most to fulfill my greatest potential. Love for protection of the mind from flawed thinking is my greatest asset. Love includes intellectual intrinsic worth, value that bestows ideas, guiding principles, and standards of behavior which act as a moral compass for navigating choices and decisions. If there is no awareness, surely the results will reflect. As human beings, we're given the mental faculties to create our environment, if only we can know that memory, awareness, motivation, purpose, imagination, and intuition are remarkable authorities. Propaganda once deemed favorable to me. Irresponsibility and excessive spending exceeding $1.5 million left me in financial demise. I have, since then, repaid any debt and reached financial security a second time, but with a new perspective. The embodiment of wisdom for which I speak is simply to live a life of courage, purpose, and devotion. Inner excellence in virtue can only be attained or sustained through usage of all God-given sensory and spiritual powers. Application is the practical value for growth. I aim to capture the likeness of inspiration and to stimulate personal growth for humanity. My vision is to personalize human virtues through the enhancement of self-discovery.